So these are my May favorites, and I'm just going to get right into it. I'm going to start off with a few sort of life things, just because I don't know what other category to put them in. And then I have a couple of TV shows to talk about, and then the rest is music. Yeah, and then as usual, I'll have things listed and linked in the description. I think that's all I have to say. Favorite things that happened in May. One involved my best friend graduating college, which is exciting and crazy because like it's whenever these kind of life events happen that you're like, wow, I'm an adult. Even if it doesn't feel like it, even if you don't feel like an adult, but you are one. And so I went to her graduation. Her name's Megan. That's like all I'm gonna say about her. But I went to her graduation, and then she had a graduation party the next day, and basically I just spent the weekend at her house. Literally, I spent the night on Friday, and then I spent the night on Saturday, and then I went home on Sunday, and it was really nice seeing her again and seeing her family, and she also had like cousins from out of town visiting, and her boyfriend, who I have never met until then. So yeah, it was nice seeing everybody again and meeting her boyfriend and things like that. And whenever I can see friends, it's always like a highlight for that week or that month or whatever. So then the next thing also includes a friend, and I went to my friend's party to celebrate her getting married, which is crazy because I'm at that age where people are like starting to get married. That I like went to high school with and that I'm like friends with, but it's like it's just in the beginning phase. Oh yeah, my friend is married. I'm not gonna like say any personal like information about her just because I don't know how much she would be okay with me saying. But it was nice seeing her and like sort of officially meeting her family. Like I knew she had like sisters, but I hadn't really met them before, and then seeing other friends who were also invited and things like that, and it was a good time, and I just like those kind of gatherings as well. And then the third sort of life thing that happened is that I got a new TV. Why did I say it like that? I don't know, but it's actually like really exciting because I was super hesitant and skeptical at first because I just don't like change, and I like the way things are. I like the way that I have things. And so I had a TV that was just like on my desk, and actually I don't know if I've really talked about this before, but this is just like my bedroom. This is just my bedroom. This is my bedroom. There's like my bookshelves here, and you can see like my headboard right there. There's my bed. And then I have like the Jack and Jill bedrooms, and then like the bathroom that connects in between. So then I have like my other room, which has my desk and my laptop and TV and movie shelves. So that's where I like watch everything and where I do schoolwork and go on the computer. But before, my old TV was like on, because my desk is pretty long, which is, it doesn't fit in this room. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I have two rooms in the first place, is because all my furniture couldn't fit in one with the way that the rooms are like set up in correlation to like where the doors are and like the closet and windows and things like that. So on one side of my desk is my computer, and then on the other side is where my TV was. And so it was like on the desk. And now I have a TV that's like too big to be on the desk, and so it's like on the wall. And I was like, I don't know about this. Like basically what started the whole conversation of me getting a new TV is because on my Blu-ray player I have like certain apps, mostly just YouTube, Netflix, and Hulu that I use the most. But Hulu went off like a few years ago, so I haven't been able to use Hulu on, like watch Hulu using my TV or the devices connected to my TV. And then YouTube isn't available anymore, and then I'm pretty sure Netflix is going off as well, so I wanted something else, either like a new Blu-ray player or like a Roku or something, so that I could access these things on my TV. And so my dad was just like, well, we'll get you a new TV. Like, that was his solution. And he's a tech guy, and so he did research and got me, like, the best, cheapest TV. Like, not cheap as in not well made, but, like, inexpensive. For the quality of the television. The cheapest TV for, like, the quality. And it's a great TV, but I was like, I don't know about this. It's gonna be big. Like, he kept emphasizing that it was gonna be, like, it was gonna have to go on the wall, and I was like, I don't know. I don't want that, because I just don't like change, basically. I liked the way things were, but I like the way it is now even more. I'm super happy with it. I still have to, like, fix the settings a bit because the color's off. I still have to mess with like the picture settings and stuff like that. And it's different for if I'm using one of the apps, or because it's the operating system is Roku, so I can have like everything that I have basically. So Netflix, YouTube, Hulu, etc., etc. Yeah, but the picture quality and settings and stuff, they're different if you're on an app compared to if you're on like the cable box or if you're on the Blu-ray player. So those are like 3 different things that I would have to mess with in terms of the picture quality and settings. Yeah, and I posted a photo of it. I don't know. I'm sure if you like scroll down on my Instagram, you can see like the way that my TV was before. I'll find a photo that I posted on Instagram of the TV I used to have, and also link the post of what my new TV looks like. And I also posted that I was messing with the picture settings by watching K-pop music videos because it looks so good, and my dad was like so impressed as well. Not only with like the quality of the TV and how great everything looked, but also like he was seeing the K-pop music videos for the first time, and he was like, "Whoa, these are really good. This is cool." And yeah. So now I have 2 TV shows to talk about, and one, yeah, it's kind of a favorite and like kind of not, but I'm just including it here anyway. So I'm watching Sex and the City, which is, I know, not like critically acclaimed or anything like that, but I'm enjoying it, and it's a lot funnier than I thought it was going to be, and the structure is interesting and different from the way I thought it was going to be as well. It's just an entertaining show, I think, personally, to me. I can't really relate to the characters that much in the sense that they're like full adults and I'm just not. But I like getting to know the characters and just like thinking about things that I guess I necessarily don't think about in terms of life and relationships unless they're presented to me in a film or a show or a book. But a lot of things that I think are relevant to an extent come up in the show when in terms of like relationships and like being an adult at a certain time in your life. Like, I'm not there yet. But still. And it's only a half-hour show. It's on HBO, so the episodes are like 25 minutes or so. And I thought it was like an hour-long show, so I can actually get through the entire series pretty quickly if it was the only thing that I'm watching, but it's not. So, moving on to the other thing that sadly is over for now, and that's Busted on Netflix. This is a Netflix original Korean variety show. And it's so good. And the reason why I watched it in the first place is because Sehun from EXO, my favorite K-pop group, is one of the cast members. It's really interestingly set up and executed. So, like, the premise of the show is that I think there's 7, like, main cast members. They are like detectives. It's like I'm having such a hard time describing this, but it's it's like part variety show, but also partly scripted. So the 7 main cast members, I'm gonna try to describe this as best I can. The 7 main cast members are like detectives. They're like partially playing detectives. That they've had like a chip implanted in the back of their necks, and they're part of this like secret project that is for that's to create like the best detectives basically. And yeah, so they all get invited to this sort of party, and then like a murder happens, but like obviously a fake murder. Like it all seems super real until there's this murder, and they're like, this is a real murder. But it's just them like trying to get across like the cast members know that that's what's happening, but they're also partially playing characters that like don't know what's going on. Okay. I think I'm over explaining. But yeah, so in each episode there's like a murder that happens that they have to solve, and so there's always like a victim or victims, and usually someone who like contacts them or gets them involved with the case, and then there's people who play the like suspects and like other people involved in the case. Like all those people are like actors, and I'm sure I don't think that I wouldn't think that they have a specific script to follow, because they don't know what the cast members who are like the detectives would say or ask. So I would assume that they just have sort of like a file about the character that they play, and then like certain rules where like they can't disclose certain information until the detectives get to like a certain point, if that makes sense. Yeah, so like that's the scripted part, but then there's like the detectives who are like trying to figure out what's happening, and then there's like little not like activities, but different like obstacles that they have to get past, whether it's something physical or like a riddle or something like that. It's like a detective show in a way, but like sillier. And yeah, it's sillier. That's what I was thinking. I just finished it last night because they were releasing like 2 episodes a week every Friday. So the first 2 episodes came out May 4th, and then the 25th is when the last 2 episodes went up. So there's 10 episodes total. And I was just thinking that it's sort of, when you think about like the seriousness of like crime TV shows, that, I mean, every network has like at least 3 crime TV shows, right? You know what I'm talking about. If you take like the seriousness of that, and then you just add like real people into the mix instead of it being like completely scripted, then it makes it really funny. It's just really funny. And I like getting to know like the cast members' like personalities more. And like seeing them work together and things like that. Yeah. So Busted. It's super funny and interesting, and I don't think I was really piecing together like who I thought the murderer was, or like I don't think I was really trying to solve the mysteries when I was watching each episode. Each episode is a different oh yeah, there's more that I forgot to say. But each episode is a different like case, but then they're all sort of connected in a certain way, and it all kind of has to do with like the detectives and like the secret project that they're a part of. They've been confirmed for season 2, which is exciting, but it also probably won't be filmed until like late this year. Like I'm pretty sure that was filmed like October, November, December of 2017, and then it came out in May. I'm kind of hoping that the second season has more episodes as well. And the episodes are like an hour and 20 to 30 minutes, so they're longer episodes. So I think that's it. And then the rest is just music stuff, all K-pop. And I wrote with a pen that is really hard to see, but I'm just going to be like listing off the songs and artists that I've been listening to in May. The songs that are my favorites from the month. So first I have Change Up by 17. Oh yeah, but it's all K-pop. Did I say that? It's all K-pop. What's new? Change Up by 17. I think this was in last month's favorites. It's just super catchy and a fun song. And I take like walks/runs every day. I basically like run the flat parts, and then if there's some sort of an angle, then I'll walk it. And Change Up is like a good song to listen to when I'm running. And then Vixx. So from them, I have Dynamite, Fantasy, The Closer, Butterfly Effect, and Love Me Do for specific songs that I'm listening to just off of random albums. But then also last month as in April, their Eau De Vixx third full-length album came out. And that album is so good. Like, my favorite is probably Circle, but I love all the songs. Okay. I don't know how to describe it unless I'm like listening to it. It's just really good. And then EXO-CBX, they released their second mini album in April called Blooming Days that I've talked about previously, but then this month, in May, they released a Japanese album called Magic, and so they also have 10 more new songs with that album. They released a title track, a music video for Horololo, which is not a real word. No one really knows what it is, but it's spelled Horololo. Yeah, that's good. That one's good. Ridiculous, but good. And my favorite song on the album is probably Ringa-Ringa-Ring. Yes, which is Baekhyun's solo song. So Chen and Xiumin and Baekhyun all have individual songs on the album. And Baekhyun's is my favorite. Not because it's Baekhyun, it just happens to be my favorite song, by the way. Just to clarify that. And then EXO, so just EXO, not specifically EXO-CBX. I was listening to their second and third repackaged albums, Love Me Right and Lotto, because May was the end of my term, and so I was studying and working on my projects that I had to turn in, at the end of the term. And when I want to listen to music, but I know I should be focusing on something else, if it's K-pop, then usually I will play EXO because they're the songs that I'm familiar with the most and don't really have to think about, or I won't get too distracted by, because I've already been listening to them since I discovered EXO, because not a day goes by where I don't listen to EXO. And they're actually the only K-pop group. One of the reasons why they're my favorite is because they're the only K-pop group that I've consistently listened to their songs since I discovered them. Whereas with other groups, I've listened to songs and then maybe weeks go by and I don't listen to any of their songs, and then it kind of gets old, or I feel like I've overplayed them. And that just hasn't happened with EXO at all, which is one of the reasons why they're my favorite group. And then GOT7 came out with The New Era, which is a Japanese song because for some reason it's just the time of Japanese comebacks. So they released a music video for The New Era and it was really good. The music video is good, but the song is super good. It's kind of overwhelming in the way that I would think a song is overwhelming because I just love music so much. And then Chain by NCT 127. I forgot to write the 127. Another Japanese song because they came out with a Japanese mini album. Chain is so good. Like at first I thought it was just okay, but then I was listening to it on my runs and I was like, "Oh my god, this is so good." And it's so good. Basically, if I'm talking about a song, I just say it's so good and maybe make some noises and laugh and smile. And then BTS, because BTS is everywhere again, because apparently they're the only K-pop group that can get recognition in America. Well, wide recognition in America. So BTS, I don't actually have the Billboard Music Award performance on my list of favorites because it's not a favorite, because it was, I mean, their performance was good. They were good. It's just that it wasn't good because they were just showing the audience the whole time and it's like, no one is watching for the audience. We're watching for BTS, and so that was disappointing. But I mean, they performed Fake Love on Ellen, so that's also written here on Ellen. And because it's comeback season, and for them, why do I say that like it's like an official thing? Like it's comeback season, but for them it's like their comeback, and so now they're performing like Fake Love and a few other tracks from their new album on the Korean music shows and stuff. So it's kind of okay that like it's kind of like whatever, because the performance was blocked by just like the camera showing the audience, but it was also kind of, I feel like it's just words. Like it's disrespectful because it was the first time that they were performing the song, which made it their official comeback. And I know that like we do things differently, I guess, but no one cares about the audience. Let's just I don't think one person cares about the audience. So it's like, what are you gonna do? But also I just didn't like it. I thought it was rude and just not good camera work. Fake Love is actually the only song that I have listed here because I haven't really listened to their new album. And it's not because I don't want to, it's just that I was trying not to be consumed by new albums when I was studying and finishing up things for the end of my term. So I didn't listen to anything except for Fake Love. I've heard parts of Airplane Part 2 and the Appeneman. I don't know what it's called. I just know it's something that starts with the A and a P, man. I don't know. I've heard like parts of those because they were performing on the Korean music shows, but I exited out of them. I did not watch the full performances, and that's just because last year with BTS performing DNA and Mic Drop Remix on like all the late night shows and Ellen and the AMAs in November last year, I just like got really tired of those songs, and I don't want that to happen with Fake Love or any of the other songs on the new album Love Yourself Tear. And so I'm just trying not to overload myself by watching performances of Fake Love and the other songs on the album. There is a group called SNUPER, which I had never heard of before, but they released a song and music video called Tulips, like a tulip flower, and it's so good. I think if I had a favorite song, this would probably be my favorite song. I don't know, maybe it's just because recently I've been listening to it like a lot compared to when it first came out, but I think it's for sure like high up there on the favorites of the songs from this month. Yeah, Tulips. Super catchy, super good, and my mom's super annoyed with me because I keep singing it. And then 2 more songs. Hero by MONSTA X, which is actually kind of old, but it's where it is on my playlist is just like I kept on listening to it, and then I was jamming a lot. It's also another good song for my runs. And the last song is A.D.T.O.Y, which stands for All Day I Think of You. I had to think about it. All Day I Think of You? Yeah, by 2 p.m., which I think was also on last month's favorites for music, because it's a jam. And that's it. So, Thank you for watching. Tell me what you were, if you were reading. I don't have any books on this list, but if you were reading, what is your favorite book that you read, your favorite show that you watched, or movie? Have you watched the shows that I was watching? A weird mix of like Sex in the City and Busted. uh, but hey, maybe. And what were you listening to? So, comment and just say hey. And again, thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.